Okay, the first is accumulation. The first point is accumulation. Now, many of you all think accumulation, that means focus on growth stock. Focus on growth stock. Just keep focusing on capital gain, buy low, sell high. No. Okay, later I got some statistic to share. If you actually just keep focus on growth stocks, you may not be accumulating. So in fact, the key is accumulation is to set up accumulation systems. Because when we talk about accumulation, it's not about how much return you can get or how much you earn, but how much you can save. So for those you are in the accumulation phase, if you are in the 30s, 40s, okay? So remember this, it's not about, oh, okay, I'm young, I should just go and buy into all the growth stocks. I should just go and buy the risky assets, go and buy crypto, whatever. No, in fact, the key thing is actually about setting up accumulation systems. Okay, so like I said, I have some statistics to share. As you can see, this is from the Straits Times. Quite scary. So we actually have a lot of high income earners with low wealth. So of course, if you read in detail, they have more numbers to share. Over half of adults in Singapore don't watch their spending. So this is actually quite scary. Okay. So number one, for financial planning, okay, don't always think about getting higher returns or going to growth stocks, buy crypto. No. So in fact, if you want to accumulate wealth, what's the key thing? The key thing is setting up your accumulation systems. Okay, accumulation systems. Okay, you all must have seen this before. This is one of the accumulation system that I've been preaching during your basic course. And of course, we use stocks. Now, just a very quick recap. So one of the key element of accumulation system is a separate bank account. So don't belittle this exercise. For those who have not done so, I will strongly urge you to do it. Okay, so in fact, just by this step alone, I can actually see my wealth accumulating. So very simple. Just open a separate account, whatever you call it restricted saving account, call it your real money, whatever. So this is what we pay ourselves first. Very important. Once we income get in, okay, at least 20% of the income go directly into here is a must. Okay, so statistically, we should be at least able to save 20% of salary. If we can't, that means we are overspending already. Okay, as long as you're working, as long as you got income, okay, we should be able to live by 80% of salary. Just save 20% is definitely not too much to ask, statistically speaking. And we humans, we are ill-disciplined animal. Okay, it's not easy to keep our discipline. If you think that you have poor discipline in finances, you are definitely not alone. So what we say is we actually need to hard code it. We need to have structures to help us keep our discipline, and just this alone is very important. Okay, and of course, what do? I invest on a monthly basis. In this case, my key is actually income investing. Okay, my key is actually income investing, which is basically predominantly your REITs, your blue chip. And of course, after that, I get my dividends. Sometimes I do sell, and this is my stocks accumulation system. So every month I pump money in. Every month I'll be investing, just a function of more or less. Hopefully it's very clear right now. Then of course now and then I got dividends coming in. Now and then I sell my stocks. Then after that I repump in, and I slowly and surely I actually do see this part of the equation getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay, so again, the key thing about growing your wealth is not return, but a system whereby you can see your wealth accumulating. Do you do dividend reinvesting in this manner? Okay, my dividend is actually being pumped back, and the money is actually mixed with investable asset in this manner. Okay, if you are thinking of like, for example, buy REITs, instead of getting the actual cash, I get units. I don't do that. I don't do that. Reason because I don't want to have odd lots. Okay, but that one is actually quite a good strategy as well. If you don't mind the odd lots, as in you are not going to sell them anyway, also maybe a good thing. Okay, but I don't do that. I prefer to do this so that I don't have odd lots. Sunni, right? I hope I answer your question. Okay, so this is how I have used stocks as for to accumulate my wealth and let it grow lah. Now, if you think that the stocks is actually not good enough, because this one you still need a lot of your self-discipline. You need to every month go and transfer 20% go in. You need to every month go and fighting to invest. You want actually something more automated. Now, actually, property is also a very good accumulation system. Okay, a lot of people always think that, oh, how people make money from property. A lot of people think that, oh, they make money from capital gain, which is true. A lot of people think that they make money from rental, which is true. A lot of people think that property make money from leverage, which is true. But a lot of people don't know is that, hey, in fact, property help people to make a lot of money because it's a good accumulation system. It actually help people to save, help people to keep accumulating their wealth. Let me just show this Excel spreadsheet. Thank you so much for saving. Let me show this Excel spreadsheet, then it's a lot clearer. Okay, of course, I will email the spreadsheet to you also, not to worry. You can, okay, you will actually get this spreadsheet. So let's say, for example, you upgrade to a private property. Okay, upgrade to a private property. You put in $300,000, you borrow $900,000. Okay, then the property is 1.2 million. Interest rate is 4%. Then you borrow for 20 years. Every month you are actually paying 5454 as your mortgage. 5454 as your mortgage. Now, actually, this mortgage is not a pure expense. It's not a total expense. This is how the mathematics work. So in month one, you actually owe the bank $900,000. Okay, the interest rate for 900,000 is basically this one, 4% divided by 12 multiplied by the loan amount. Okay, that's how they calculate. So 4% divided by 12 multiply by the loan amount. Okay, you actually pay 5454 every month. So regardless, you pay 5454 every month. So out of this 5454, 3,000 is to pay the bank as interest. That one is an expense, give to the bank. But actually, you are saving 2545. In month one, you are saving. Okay, this money is still yours. You are saving. In what sense? Because you are paying down the loan. You're actually paying down the loan. Can you see in month two, you actually owe a lot less. Okay, owe lesser already because you actually pay down. And the process continue. In month two, this is the interest rate you have to pay. And in month two, because you pay 5454, 2992 is to the bank, correct? But you are again saving 2462. In fact, you actually save more every month. And your loan become lesser. Okay? So if this is not clear, you can see, let's say 5 years later, which is 60 months later, if you sold the property, assuming you sell the property, and let's assume that, okay, property price didn't increase, you still sell at 1.2 million. Okay? So, but then your loan instead of 900,000, your loan is only left $737,000. And 1.2 million minus this, you actually get 462. So that means in the 5-year period, okay, today you invest 300,000, 5 years later, you actually have 462. So in the 5-year period, you have actually accumulated about $160,000. Even if, let's say, there is no capital gain. Okay, that means you're talking about saving about $30,000 per month. Sorry, $30,000 per year. Okay, can you see? So my point here is this, this is one reason why property can actually help a lot of people get rich, especially if you have discipline problem. Okay, tell me truthfully, is it easy to like set aside $3,000 every month to invest or to save somewhere? Yes or no? Is it easy for you? That means no matter what, end of every month, go and find $3,000 to go and save or go and invest. Is it easy to do that? Yes or no? Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, for those who actually said yes, congratulations. That means you have very good discipline. It's easier to spend. I totally agree with you. 3,000 now, what spend 3,000 is nothing. Okay, but once you lock into a property, you have no choice. You are forced to save. Okay, because no matter what now, die, you also have to find this 5454 to go and pay. Okay, unlike if let's say on my own discipline, it's like I then I invest law, don't invest law. Why make so hard? But down here, no choice. Okay, so think about it now. 5 years save $160,000. Again, I don't think it's easy to do. Okay, save off within 5 years. Need to minus GST, lawyer fee, net not much left. I don't agree with that, because if want to use realistic data, okay, there is actually quite significant capital gain. So we are looking at average capital gain about 5% per annum for private property. Okay, so if let's say I were to use that, so if I use a 5%, so this is statistical. So basically, private property has increasing about 5% per annum. I am actually talking about making about 700,000. So your GST, your lawyer fee, no, it's definitely not that much. Okay, but but thanks for pointing out. Okay, so my point here is this: don't always see a property just as a house over your head. Property just to stay is actually a very good accumulation tool. And if let's say, for example, if you upgraded, you don't want, you can actually downgrade, you can sell. Okay, so the good thing about Singapore, of course, things can change, but the good as in historically, it shows, right? Okay, historically it shows. Okay, the good thing about property is that you can, of course, the right property, it's possible, no need to keep it until you hold it forever. Okay, after 5 years, if you want, you can actually sell. Okay, property tax, maintenance fee. Okay, so I think what I'm trying to say here is actually with comparison. So let's say, for example, now you are staying at a HDB. Okay, you're more or less fully paid. Okay, so life very happy. You think about this, you stay in a HDB, fully paid, no need to pay loan anymore. No need to actually put loan anymore. Would you really so disciplined everyone set 5,000 aside? Okay, if the answer is no, okay, it may make sense for you to upgrade so that you're forced to save. Okay, so in that sense, yeah, private property, the maintenance fee maybe is higher, property tax maybe is higher. Okay, but it's not like additional cost. It's not really like a huge additional cost. It's more like an upgrade. Okay, hope you know what I mean. So I'm not talking about you just go and buy another property. No. So it's like, for example, now I'm on HDB. Very happy already, fully paid. Wow, life is so good. Why save money? I fully paid my property. Okay, don't have the discipline. If you actually need the discipline, upgrading, taking a loan can actually help you to have the discipline. Okay, but thanks for pointing out. Okay, now I just want to, I'm actually going to send this spreadsheet to you. I just want to make sure this is clear now. This calculation, okay, what this calculation trying to say here is this. What I'm trying to tell you is number one, okay, the monthly mortgage you pay, not all are expenses. Not all are given away. A lot of them, okay, in fact, at the end, okay, most of them is actually for you to save, okay, for you to pay down the loan. Okay, that's one thing I want to illustrate in this Excel spreadsheet here. Or number two here is this, okay, your loan amount will change. Every month you're actually paying down a loan amount, and 5 years later, let's say you borrow 900,000. 5 years later, you only owe the bank 730 because you have been paying down regularly. In that sense, you actually have accumulated $160,000 over 5 years. So again, why am I talking about this? Okay, what I really want to illustrate here is this. If you actually want to accumulate wealth, it's about setting systems. One of the system is, of course, you can do this, but this one still need discipline. Property can also help you to have a forced saving system. That's what I'm saying. Okay, of course, I'm not saying that everybody should buy property, to each his own. Property are other risks, but hopefully for today's session, I hope that you have a new perspective to property investment. Okay, it's not just about capital gain, it's just about rental, not just about leverage. Okay, but it also can help you to accumulate wealth through having that forced saving mechanism built in. Okay. So if let's say you see this as a system, actually it makes sense for you to buy larger property if affordable, then you can actually save more money. So in fact, this is what I am doing right now. Okay, I actually upgraded. So I think about 5 years ago, I actually upgraded to something bigger, which I know that when I retire, I don't need the size. Okay, so very likely, when I retire, when my kids have her own world, I'm very likely I will downgrade. Okay, so in that sense, this period, okay, but why I still choose a bigger property, so that this period, I am actually using the property to help me to accumulate wealth. That's how I also see my current. By the way, it's my current property, the property I'm staying in, not that I have additional property. As the property I'm staying in. Okay. Again, today's lesson is on mindset. I just want to give you a new perspective on what some of the investment instrument can do. So to accumulate wealth, you can use income, PPIG, the I, or you can use property, P, down here. Of course, you can also use G, growth stocks. But what I would recommend is, okay, the growth stock should be part of a system. Okay. So basically for growth stocks, in this case, there are actually two main categories. One is just growth stocks. Like for example, your Tesla, okay, the obvious one, okay. Your Tesla, your Nvidia, okay, stocks whereby maybe today not making money at all, or companies today not making money at all, but in the future, maybe they're going to make a lot of money, growth stocks. Okay. So the other one is actually talking about growth strategy, like for example, using margin. Okay, using options. So of course, we'll talk about it later part now when we actually have a growth session. Okay, margin options. Definitely higher risk, okay, not recommended for everybody. Okay. So my point here is this, okay, the growth part, we should, number one part of the system, okay, we should only do it when there is spare cash. Like for example, down here, okay, I think I can afford some spare cash. Then I turn to growth stocks. Okay. And I should only do this when I'm willing to spend more effort. Okay. So this one is quite subjective to individual. I think this one, every one of us should be able to do. But this part, we should only do it when there's spare cash because it's high risk and we are willing to spend more effort. Okay, then I do. Also, this is the G part. Yes, you can actually use G to sort of speed up your accumulation process. But please take note, it's high risk. You should only do it when there's spare cash or when you spend more effort. So some of y'all may be asking, hey, accumulation, why don't we just focus on growth? Correct, right? We just want capital gain. We just want buy low, sell high. We want more money quick. So why don't we just focus? Don't care about the system. Why talk so much about the system? Okay, think about this. Unfortunately, okay, I have talked to enough people. So most of us actually do have this gambling instinct in us. So think about this. If you don't have this system, you are just focused on growth. For example, let's say maybe 2 years ago, you actually invested in crypto. And then within 1 year, you make 100% gain. Tell me, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? 100% gain from crypto in 1 year. What is the first thing that comes to your mind? What will you do with all the money? Anybody? Retire? Really? Okay, that is very disciplined. Buy Tesla car. Buy more. Thank you so much. So you have to understand ourselves. Okay, so unfortunately, I haven't really seen someone so disciplined, really make money, make enough money and go. So far, casinos are still making tons of money because all of us have this gambling instinct. When we make money, we want to make more. We don't know how to stop. So if you actually don't have this system to sort of like stop us, okay, while you buy crypto, 100%, what do? You actually want to buy more. Okay, very likely, very likely. So that's why the system is actually more important than just focusing on growth. Okay. Okay, so just a quick recap of what I have gone through so far. Okay, number one, we actually want to build this. We actually want to build this model. Okay, we actually want to build this model. And what I'm trying to say here is this, how to use PPIG in every of the segment to help us build. Okay, so I've been talking about the accumulation phase. Okay, whereby number one, build system. Okay, we can build an income system. This is the I. We can use property. Okay, this is the P, PI. Of course, we can use growth, but please, growth should also be part of the system. So G, so the PIG is there already. Okay, for the system, a very important component is to track your results. Okay, is to track your results. Is your overall assets growing? Are they growing enough? Okay, how much in the restricted account should we invest? Should retain how much in cash? Okay, so Savinta, basically this one will fall back to what I've been preaching. So like for example, if the market is good, I would actually want to invest everything. If I believe that 6 months later market will go up, I actually want to invest in everything. If I think market is sideways, I probably will hover between about 40 to 70%. If I think market is going to come down, I keep a lot more cash. So it's really about what we have always been talking about, okay, with respect to the market condition. Okay, hope I answer your question. Okay, I realize a lot of people have not been doing this. Okay. And of course, there are different ways of tracking your results. Okay, a lot of people has been asking, how do I actually track in terms of percentage return? I think that is actually very difficult. Okay, it's very actually difficult to track in terms of percentage return. Not that you cannot track, very difficult. Because you will actually buy at different point in time, you sell at different point in time. So very hard to actually compare. I'm actually using this method. You see whether it makes sense or not. Of course, I will actually send a template to you at the end of okay, I will actually send this template to you. So what I actually do here is this. I will actually tabulate every single cent that I have at the end of the month. Okay, I think end of the month is a bit too much. Okay, it makes me very money face. Okay, I'm quite sure you heard this joke from me before. So every time now I go to restaurant, my wife will look at the left side of the menu, what food to eat. I always look at the right side of the menu, cheap or expensive. Okay. So what I do here is this, I'll actually track what is the total cash, like I can see here, how much money I have in the bank, what is my share value, okay, what's my unit trust value, how much money I have CPF, what's the cash money by insurance, so on and so forth. Okay, every single cent. So in fact, my real one is very detailed. What is the value of my property? What's the value of my car? How much money I keep under my pillow? Every single cent. Okay, so this is what I do. And after that, I actually compare that with a milestone. And compare that with milestone. Now, what is this milestone I'm talking about? Okay, again, I'll actually send this spreadsheet to you. So let's say, for example, now everything I have, my cash, my stock, my property, my cash value of the property, my insurance, blah, 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 blah. Okay, it's only about $200,000, for example. And my target amount is actually 1.4 million. Okay, and I have, let's say, 20 years to achieve. Okay, 20 years to achieve. So this is the milestone I should have. Okay, so that means by end of year one, my total cash value I should have, my total asset should have about 220. Year 2, 242, so on and so forth. And you see just 20 years later is 1.4. So what I do here is this, okay, I will actually tabulate, and on an annual basis, I will actually compare with the milestone. Okay, to see whether am I on track to achieve that target amount or not. To see whether I'm on track. So I think this is the best way to track your results. Okay, this is the best way to track your result, because end of the day, you want to know whether you're on track to actually achieve your investment objective. Okay, let me answer some question first. Is the insurance type, is that cash value of the insurance? Yes, correct. Quick-ing, you're correct. So this is my cash value of the insurance. Okay, so I'm actually going to email this template to you. So hopefully you can actually start tabulating, total asset and see whether, are you on track to achieve your objective. So this is actually a very important part about the accumulation system. I realize a lot of people just want to keep buying, keep investing. So it's actually always good. Then you track what is your total asset. Are you actually closer to your objective? Now, some of y'all may actually ask already, then how do I know what should be the number? How do I know what should be the number I should target? How do I know eventually, my wealth should accumulate to how much. Okay, so there's actually this exercise. Again, unfortunately, I don't think I have time to do it. Okay, but later I will talk about how you can get the whole of this exercise. So basically, I have this Excel spreadsheet to how you plan. Okay, how much should you have at this point? Okay, what is the amount you need to have at this point? And what is the amount you need to have at this point? Also, you have a very clear idea of the numbers you actually need to achieve. Okay, I actually do have an exercise on that, but that one is a little bit more hands-on. I will later share with you at the end of session how you can get hold of this exercise. So with that, then we talk about accumulation. You have a very clear goal. You have your PPIG to help you accumulate wealth. And you know exactly where are you going. And you know exactly where the endpoint is. Okay, so like I said, this is the exercise that can actually help you to determine what is the exact amount you need on the point of your retirement or the point of you achieving active aging. We will talk about this exercise at the end of the session. Okay, so of course, with that exercise, you are very clear, you know, how much exactly you need. What are the tools to help you achieve the objective? And of course, you can create your milestone tracker. You know, are you on track to actually hit your objective every year?